Right now, we are reaping 110 million landmines in 60 countries and counting. Ukraine today, 30% of the land is now mined in a country that was once dubbed the Garden of Europe. And the excess wheat fed North Africa. So this is a food security issue. It's not just about landmines and silos. We need to think on a global business model. Demine, replant, and rebuild communities.
Mines and improvised explosive devices, especially in situations and areas of armed conflict, continue to kill and cause injury around the world. The third international conference on mine action took place in Baku and Zangilan in Azerbaïdjan, a nation that's among the top 5 most heavily mine-contaminated countries globally.
Azerbaijan is a laboratory for the humanitarian demining and mine action globally. Azerbaijan gains a particular knowledge and expertise, and once Azerbaijan's demining project is over, Azerbaijan will also have a capacity to contribute some other humanitarian demining projects globally.
More than 300 representatives from 75 countries came together to discuss ways of mobilizing financial resources for mitigating the environmental impact of landmines and other explosive remnants of war.
Landmines are really a crime against humanity. If you have a plastic bag in the ocean, it takes 200 years to disappear. Mines never do. And mines keep continuing to polluting the environment. I think it is important to keep up the advocacy for mine clearance, because we're learning today that it takes concerted efforts, expertise, financial resources, but also education of the public.
On average, one person is killed or injured by these explosive devices every hour. Many children are among the victims.
I have walked the minefields of the world, and every time you go into a minefield, they ask you your blood type. It's a defining moment. I'm a mother of 4, and I take my footsteps very, very, very seriously. But how dare I not, on behalf of children, innocent children, it takes 8 pounds to detonate a landmine. That's the average weight of a newborn child. So as a mother and a grandmother, I think this global call to action from the heart of Karabakh to the world.
Currently, it's estimated that there could be up to 110 million landmines in over 60 countries worldwide, with a further 2 to 5 million mines being laid every year. In Azerbaijan, the deployment of female deminers is now increasingly common.
I think that all work is dangerous, but we first choose our work and we believe ourselves and we do our work. We want to follow us land, and we now work in Agdam. I was born in Agdam. My mother and father was born in Agdam. Yes, and I'm so proud to work in my homeland.
Africa is the continent most affected by the sowing of landmines, with Angola, Mozambique and Somalia being the most critical countries. They leave a huge percentage of the land unusable, where it can't be cultivated or rehabited.
Mines pose a serious threat to the local affected population. They also have a serious environmental impact, negative impact. The leakage of the TNT breakdown products could happen, and this will contaminate the soil and underground waters. So besides that, the emission of carbon dioxide after every explosion of landmine is also huge. So one anti-tank landmine after its explosion will emit 29 kilograms of carbon dioxide.
The conference also saw calls for strengthening of international partnerships in the field of humanitarian demining.
The donor community must pay much more attention to allocating some funds, especially to those countries who are mostly affected by this, because without addressing this issue on a global scale, it wouldn't be possible to deal with this in separate countries. Azerbaijan made its contribution to this effect by introducing at the national level the 18th SDG, a sustainable development goal, which is humanitarian demining.
A call for a more unified response to dealing with global mine issues and a sustainable future.